Here's my chuck box. When I built this, I was trying to use wood that I already had available. I didn't want to have to purchase anything. So this is what I ended up with. I think this was 1/4 inch plywood. Put a whole lot of thought into exactly what I was needing in a box, what I was wanting to include in it, and how to effectively store it with minimal waste of space. So this is what I came up with. Took a lot of figuring and trial and error, but I finally came up with something that works well for me. Now, I am not a woodworker or a carpenter. I like to work with wood. I love to build things, but I am not a professional. And there are flaws in this, but I'm not concerned about it. I'm worried about functionality. So when I first built it, I found that using this 1/4 inch plywood, even though it was assembled tightly and it had the shelves in there to help with the stability of it, it still seemed to rack a little bit. So I found some these decorative corner brackets and put them on, and I really like the way they look, and it does stabilize it some. And then some other little ones up here on the front to help. One of the advantages of using the thinner plywood is the concern for weight, because once all the dishes and whatnot's loaded in here, that can get pretty heavy. I haven't weighed it, but I know if all this had been constructed of the 3/4, it would have been a lot heavier. And that's one thing, I did not need something that was too cumbersome for me to shift around while I was camping. After I had purchased and installed these, I realized I needed to keep all of my other hardware the same color. So working with Lowe's, which is all I have, which is not even actually near me, but when I would go to one, I'd find anything that was in this color and see what would work. And I found these neat little hinges. And then I needed handles on the side, and the only thing I could find in Lowe's as far as handles in this color were, they stuck out a good bit, and I did not want that. I wanted it to be as flush as possible, so that when it's in my vehicle, I can, push this up against something. So I found these on Amazon. They're spring-loaded. These will stay down. I can push this up against something, but when I get ready to carry it, I have these. And then I needed a way to latch the door, and knowing that it still racks just a little bit, I found in, I think it was Tractor Supply, this little thing this thing on this side moves to accommodate any shifts. So I picked that up, I added that, and then I realized even with this latch, the doors, prior to me adding this other thing I'm going to show you, the doors would still come open because one wasn't fixed. So then I found this on Amazon, this little guy that looks like a chicken, a little latch, so that it catches fully. So this door becomes fixed, and then this one can close and stay latched. And once I was done, I stained it and then put multiple coats of polyurethane on it to hopefully protect it. Alright, so I've got multiple shelves, and I'm going to show you here in just a minute exactly what all I put in here. I did not video the entire process of building this. I did video some of the initial putting it together. So this turned out well. This is exactly what I need. I've got one other thing that I'm going to do to it. I think I might add a paper towel holder on this door so that when it closes, it will be right up in there. I'm still working on that. The paper towels just sit right here. That's why this is cut out. All right, let's see how much stuff I can fit in here. Alright, in case any of you missed what all of that stuff was, basically this is my cutlery and my cooking utensils. Behind that was the aluminum foil. And I also keep my lighter right here. These are 4 plates. 2 are divided. 2 are the enamel coated metal. This right here is a expandable wash basin. We've got spices and creamer and some dish detergent, coffee, and my collapsible tea kettle. We have mixing bowls, soup bowls. This is the top to this camp pot back here. It's also a sort of a smaller pot. This is a camp stove inside this bag that goes to my propane bowl. My little skillet. Paper towels, of course. Here's that other little pot. There's my propane, butane mix. And I've got these 2 silicone hot pads that I can use if I want to set something on my cooler that's kind of warm, or on my other table. I can put that down to protect it. Otherwise, it just keeps this stuff from rattling and kind of messing this up. I've got 2 camp mugs back there. There's one back there. Then my oven mitt that I use mostly when I'm cooking in the campfire. I can grab any hot things off the fire without burning me. Some dish towels. This is a silicone lid that I have not used yet. I just picked that up last week. I threw that in. I've got a 1-pie pan. This is what I can cook biscuits in. Then in here is a pot handle. This is for my iron skillet that I carry that stays in my truck. This thing right here has been the most useful item I've had in my house and camping. You slip this over the end of the skillet and the handle. Keeps you from burning yourself. It's better than the using the oven mitt, but sometimes I do have to use this to grab, you know, like if I have an iron Dutch oven hanging on the fire, I can use this to catch the bell handle. Also up here, this just contains some random stuff. Scissors, can opener, wine bottle opener, some plastic bags. And I recently added this little skillet. This was in my camper and I'm no longer using the camper. And this is super lightweight. Now I still have an iron skillet in my truck that's the same size, and I like to use it on the fire, but if I'm trying to be real quick and using my propane little camp stove, I use this one. And it's easy to clean. I'll just put it in here I'll just wedge that in here like so. And that holds it in place. And then we just close it up and we're ready to go. There it is.